We have finished chapter 6, but we are now moving into chapter 7, which is over linear equations. What does linear mean? A straight line. So yesterday we did linear equations, but in specific they were proportional. Yes? Now we're going to go into some that are not proportional. So the equation will not be y equals kx. What do y'all think it's going to be? And I've already taught it to you. mx plus b. So I want you to write that right up here. Y equals mx plus b. Write it right here. Y equals mx plus b. That is what your equation is going to look like. Yes, it's right here. The m has multiple meanings. Okay? The biggest thing it is the slope. Also known as, what did I tell y'all it meant before? Does anybody remember? I thought I heard somebody. The rate. Yes, you're right. It is the coefficient to x. You're right. But it is the rate of the problem. It gets the x, or the variable, because it's being multiplied. For example, if I go buy gasoline at H-E-B and I pay $3 per gallon, I have to multiply by 3 because it's going to depend on how many gallons I buy. Does that make sense? That is your rate, but we learned a new word today. What word is this? Slope. And we're going to have a whole lesson on slope. But for today, I just want you to get used to the word slope. Slope and rate are the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. Now, we cannot call this a unit rate if it's not proportional. Okay? We just call it a rate. Okay, because what is unit rate? Do y'all remember the difference? The unit rate means has to be for 1, but it also has to start at 0 to be proportional. Yes? Today they're not all going to be proportional. So we wouldn't call it a unit rate, we would just call it a rate. What is the B? The one-time fee, or the starting amount. And on a graph, it is the y-intercept. On a graph, it is the y-intercept. Now, we're not going to be graphing today, so it doesn't matter if you call it a y-intercept today. But on your assignment, I am going to ask for the slope and the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the one-time fee, or I want y'all to get used to calling them the different words they can mean. Yes? Okay. So we're going to go write equations. They're all going to look like this. Okay? Your job is to fill in the m and the b. So you have to find the two numbers to fill in for the m and the b. The other numbers will be y and x. You're not going to fill them in today. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go read the first question. Suppose the water level in a river is 34 feet. Do y'all think that's a rate or a starting amount? Starting amount. So this is going to be our B. And now here's a trick word, and that it is receding. What does receding mean? Going down. That means my rate is going to be negative because it's going down. Your face is killing me. What is the rate they gave us? Now y'all notice they used a clue word with the rate. So over here next to M, I want y'all to put, there's clue words. Per, each, every, and. Now they won't always use those words, but those are clue words for rate or slope, because rate and slope mean the same thing. Okay? So this number has to be a what kind of value? No, what kind of value?
Negative.
Why? Because it's receding. So just go put a minus sign in front of it. Okay, let's go over what we just did. Because some of y'all's faces are saying that you're confused. It says you have water in a river. It's 34 feet. Is that a positive or negative number? Because that's what it is. It is the starting amount. So is it the M or the B? The B. Because B is starting amount. Okay. The river is receding. Means it's going at a rate. That means our rate's going to be negative. That's why we put a negative sign in front of this. Because it's going down that much per day. Are y'all good with why that's negative? Okay. Write an equation for the water level L after D days. Here's the problem. They don't want us to use Y and X. We can, and then we'll just go throw the L and the D in it. Okay? So we're going to write an equation in Y equals mx plus b form. Our job is to fill in the what? The M and the B. And we already found those two numbers. So let's go write it. Y equals, which number did we say was the rate? But it has to be negative. So negative 0.5x plus 34. Now, could I have also written it y equals 34 minus 0.5x? Are these the exact same thing? This is in complete mx plus b form, where it says the rate comes first, but this means the same thing. So would I accept either answer? Yes. Now, they wanted us to say L and D instead of Y and X. Does that matter? No. What did X represent? Per day. So I would just replace the X with the D. And guys, I'm not going to count your homework wrong if you use Y and X every time. Okay? I just want y'all to learn how to use the variables they want you to. So they want us to use L and D. So L equals negative 0.5D plus 34. I would take any of those answers. They are all the same answer. Why would it might make more sense to use L and D? Because it's using the letter of the alphabet of what they're talking about. This is D for days. This is level of the river. So it just makes the equation make a little more sense. Yes? Okay, let's look at the second one. Are we good? An attorney, do y'all know what an attorney is?
Yes.
A lawyer. A lawyer charges a fixed fee. I heard one person. What is a fixed fee? A one-time fee of $250. So this is going to be the M or the B? This is going to be the B. Is it positive or negative? Positive. And she charges $150 per hour. Did y'all see a clue word? That means it's a clue word for M, rate or slope. So this is my M. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. Now, did they tell us what to use as our variables? So we're just going to use Y and X. So we're going to do a Y equals mx plus b. What is the M, the slope? 150. What is the B, the y-intercept? 250. It's going to ask you that on your assignment today. That's why we wrote it. It's going to ask, what is the slope? What is the y-intercept? The slope is the M, the y-intercept is the B. Yes? Now I just go write it in the equation form. So what would I write?
Y equals 150x plus 250.
Perfect. That's it. Do y'all want to try the next one on your own? Now wait, before you start, I want you to identify the M, the slope, the B, the y-intercept, and then I want you to write the equation because your homework is going to ask for that.
But I'm just asking, for example, is y equals 250 plus 150?
Yes. Could you write it backwards? Yes. But if we put it in mx plus b form, the number with the x would come first. That's the only difference. But is it the same thing? Yes.
Do we always have to write y equals mx plus b?
Yes. Because it's asking for the equation. Y equals mx plus b.
So we don't have to use everything.
You don't have to, but it's really good if you can. But I'm not going to count it wrong if you don't. All right, what did y'all get for the M?
Oh, we got 5.
Good. What'd you get for the B, the y-intercept? What's your equation? Now, did anybody use the variables they asked for? What did you put? Why does this one help you? It makes more sense if you want to use this equation to solve. Do y'all know why we write equations just for fun? No, we write them to solve something. So like, let's say I'm hiring Nicole to babysit, and I want to know, hey, if I'm gone for 6 hours, how much am I going to pay her? Then I would just plug 6 in for H. And I would do 5 times 6 plus 3, and that would tell me the cost I would have to pay her. It just makes more sense to use the variables that represent what you're talking about. Make sense? All right, do y'all want to try the next one on your own?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to identify the slope, the y-intercept, and write the equation.
Why do we say slope? Because that's
So when we graph it, it's going to be the steepness of the line. And slope is steepness. But I haven't taught y'all that yet, but I want you to get used to saying that. When we're talking about it in a word problem, we call it the rate. But on a graph, we call it the slope. All right, how did y'all do? You put the variable on the wrong number? Okay, question. Oh, you put the C over here? Yeah, that would be wrong. I would have to count that wrong, okay? So do you want to know how to figure it out? When you see the clue word per, what does it say? That means the H goes with the 50. Does that make sense? So that helps you kind of understand which variable goes with what. Okay? All right, quiet. I'm going to let y'all read this one and try it on your own. Same thing, I want the slope and the y-intercept. Check your answer with mine. See how you did. Can I do one more example with them real quick?
Yes.
How did we do? If you're not done, that's okay. We got it right? Look what it said. It said use P for pounds, W for weeks. Question.
What if, because you know how it's been saying like the total?
Uh-huh.
Can I just do that?
Give me, I don't understand your
Because
question.
it says, write the equation for the total pounds.
So you put T?
P. No, because it says total. So that means it's like looking for right?
I don't understand your question.
So like P is the total, right?
Yes, P is total pounds.
So that's how I know it's P.
Yes, you're correct. Okay, do the last one on your own, quickly. And check it with mine when you're on your assignment. Notice that there's going to be 3 questions per question. 3 answers, yes? What's the first thing you're going to write? The slope. What does slope really mean? Rate. If you want to write that down on one of them, this is the rate. What does the y-intercept really mean? The one-time fee or the starting amount or point. It doesn't matter. And then your equation is in y equals mx plus b form. Yes? Okay, make sure that you're answering all parts. There are 13 questions. They're all the same. Just remember that if the slope is negative, the negative has to go with that m. Make sense? All right, you may get started.